All right, we're returning right now from an update coming in to the Supreme Court that has refused urgent hearing over a plea seeking cancellation of anticipatory bail. This has been granted already, you'll remember, to the BJP's MLA, Virupakshapa, in a corruption case. You'll remember this is the case that has caused much controversy over the last week and a half. The BJP MLA's son was caught red-handed taking a bribe of more than 40 lakhs by the Lokayukta within the state. However, the BJP MLA himself was granted anticipatory bail by a Karnataka court. Let's go over to my colleague Ananya Bhatnagar to get more context on this entire story. Ananya, the Supreme Court taking action over there, refusing essentially to step in. Bring us more context.
Bail to in fact Virupaksha into this particular case, and later what had happened was that this matter was today mentioned before the Supreme Court. The matter was first mentioned before the Chief Justice of India, and then it had gone in fact before Justice Sanjay Kishan Paul, since the CJI said that he is sitting into a constitutional bench, and the matter has to be mentioned before Sanjay Kishan Paul. Justice Sanjay Kishan Paul said that though had it been a matter with regards to the bail being cancelled, by, in fact, bail being denied by the High Court, and then the person would have knocked the doors of the Supreme Court, then the matter would have been heard urgently today. However, since it is something that is with regards to a cancellation of the bail that would come in the due course and would come up as early as possible, and hence an urgent hearing in this particular matter was actually refused by the top court here. At least for today, and somewhere or the other, it comes out as a big relief for Virupaksha. He would still remain on anticipatory bail for quite some time now, until and unless the Supreme Court actually hears this particular matter into this particular case. Toya.
Right, that's exactly what I want to ask you, Ananya. What options does the Lokayukta police now have in front of it?
Well, now the Lokayukta will have to wait for the matter to be listed before the topmost court of the country. What else they can do is that they can again mention the matter before the Supreme Court tomorrow, because now the mentioning would not be able to take place, and since the Chief Justice of India is sitting into a constitutional bench, he would not be hearing any kind of a mentioning at this point of time. But they will have to, the Lokayukta police now would have to wait for, in fact, the Supreme Court to actually hear this particular matter in this particular case. So we'll have to wait and watch as to how things pan out and whether or not the Supreme Court would be cancelling this particular bail or not.
Okay, and Ananya, all right, Ananya, stay with us, please. Our colleague Harish Upadhyay from Bangalore is with us right now. Harish, relief coming in for Mandal Virupakshapa, but bring us more context about what this is going to mean for him and for his son, who I believe is already very much in custody.
Well, his son is currently being grilled by the Lokayukta. His bail hasn't really materialized. In fact, the Lokayukta has got his custody. Mandal Virupakshapa, remember the circumstances under which he got that bail, has raised several questions. In fact, a lot of people from the fraternity themselves have written to the Chief Justice of India, saying the manner in which his petition was treated with some sort of a manner in which others don't get that kind of preferential treatment is something that raises a lot of questions. And the fact that he got bail on the very first day and the kind of conditions that allowed him 48 hours to appear before the IO raises several questions on whether a prime accused in such a case should be treated in such preferential manner. When that letter was written to the Chief Justice of India and came to the public domain, it has embarrassed several within the judiciary itself.
Harish, just stay with us.